Hello and welcome back to rollxplay, where we roll dice and play games. Slightly different setup today, as we are in the interim of 2 episodes. Now, you're probably thinking, what? What does that mean? Well, we've postponed the next episode that should be happening, episode 20, because Brooke is not available, unfortunately. They are too busy with work and school. So, instead, we are going to be focusing on some of the player backstories that are here with us today, and that is all 3 of the people surrounding me. This is going to be a more of a sort of look back. It might not be as important to the story at large, but it will at least flesh out their backstories, and we'll get a little bit of insight into the NPCs that have surrounded their lives. So bear with us as we're going to be jumping back and forth a little bit, as well as kind of remembering some of our backstories, because there was a lot, and it was 2 years or so ago, so quite a while, but we're going to do our best, and we'll try and at least shine a light on some of the stories of our players here. So we're going to start off. This is not rehearsed at all, either way, so just see it at home. We're going to start with Cal. So, Cal, tell us, what moment in your life are we going to be looking at here? Just before you had set off on your adventures, where is Cal currently, and what is sort of his mindset at the moment? Is he any different from where we see him now?
Well, he's just dressed, not like he would be in today, because there's no weapon in sight. There's no piece of armor inside. There's no magical artifacts inside. In fact, there's not a single ring on any of his fingers, and there seems to almost be no magical presence about him. Uh, he would just be at his home. He's probably the only person left at the dinner table, as both of his parents have already gotten up, said their piece about what had transpired in that evening. And the brother probably didn't show up for the dinner and is probably late getting home because he's too busy. And Cal's just still sitting at the dinner table considering if he should be cleaning the dishes, or if he should be waiting and letting someone else do that, or if he should be just waiting and letting her carriers get home and then talk to her carriers first and get that third scolding. Or what is he supposed to do? He doesn't know.
As Cal is currently sat there twiddling their thumbs, ADHD kicking off into tenfold, not knowing what to do or where to go, you can hear the little bit of words from your parents after a little disaster had taken place earlier. The mishap of sorts, where some food, some drink, faucet was probably left on, a little bit of a leak having gone through into one of the rooms, that's left some of the rooms flooded. But it's just an average Wednesday. As you are there, you can hear them in the distance, and they're not bickering, but there is certainly a sense of, what do we do with him? What? Trouble seems to find him every time. What are we supposed to do? This is the 3rd time this month, as they're just having this conversation back and forth. Eventually, as they're talking in the kitchen by themselves, and you're left there pondering, you do see a light shine through the passageway. As walking in, you see your brother, Hicarius, as he has stepped into water. He just looks down at his feet. What does Hicarius look like, if you could please describe him to us?
Precarious is just a much more cleaned up and adult looking version of Cal, as in he's got a very straight, short haircut. He's also sticks to what is sort of the family colors, as in he has red hair. He's largely dressed in green, but he pays much more attention to what he wears. It's clear that he cares about his public persona. He cares about how he's perceived when he steps onto the street. And he has less of the avian features that Cal has. They're much less present within him. Yeah, just as tall as Cal is, but with a very different air about him.
Okay. As he steps in, that sort of squelching sound from his shoes as he just looks down at the ground, looks at the set of stairs where the water is trailed down from, and then looks directly at you at the table, puts a finger up, takes his shoes off as they are now sodden wet, walks past the kitchen where you can see the parents bickering, they don't seem to have noticed his arrival as he just walks past them completely. Now with his shoes off and just walking barefoot into the room, he just looks at you 3 times this month.
Well, the first one technically wasn't my fault because the hedgehog thing.
Why do you still carry it around?
I didn't. It's no, because if I don't, it's gonna get trapped. We're in a giant city. Have you seen the sort of things that I drive around in the city?
Yeah,
People get.
I took one a minute ago. They're still bickering. Do you want to just get out of here?
Yeah. That might be a good idea.
All right, let's go to the garden then. I don't think we can hear him there. At least we shouldn't be able to. And he'll just go through the just the porchway. You see the large, beautiful garden here. Now, your parents are no sort of sticklers when it comes to spending. They don't have the most money in the city, but they have enough behind them. Their family business has been doing very, very well. And you can see all of the sort of botanical elements of their family business, Sun's Harvest, is very much on show here. Plants of all kinds of colors, all on show and all breathing a very vibrant color. It is a peak summer. It is warm. It is very fresh on the air. Being here in Isradana, it has that sort of mixture of all 4 climates. You have both the colder and the warmer climates all mixing together and kind of bringing that into one spot, which is just a breath of fresh air, really, when it is peak summer season. You take a seat by the fountain, which is just a small little one where birds are just drinking from. There is a stool that is right next to it, molded and created by your mother when she's had some spare time to herself. And you see Hecarius also sits there as well. He carried a bag with him as he entered the house to begin with, and he was going to put it down at the doorway, but hesitated since it was all wet, so he carried it with him to this point now. And he'll just sit there in the sort of grass. You hear the birds chirping around, and he's just looking at the birds in the bird feeder. Doesn't say anything just yet.
I was gonna try and get one of the birds to come sit on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
you know that's not gonna. Bird just lands onto your hand.
hello. Oh, look how tiny it is.
How do you do these things? Do you mind if I'm a little bit real with you, brother?
You typically are, so it wouldn't be much of a difference.
How comes the normal things that people can deal with and do very well, you seem to really struggle at? Yet, things like this, holding a creature that should be fearful of you, gravitate so easily to.
I don't know. But also look at how cute he is.
He just nods. He tries to reach out for the bird, but it just flies off. Sorry. Do you want a drink?
Is that a good idea? I think they're gonna get more pissed if I do that.
It's fine. You were doing it when you were a kid anyway. He opens up the bag and he pulls out a small, half-finished bottle of wine that he seems to have taken. A couple of glasses as well with them. They have stains in the glass as though they've just been used and not been cleaned out properly. But he just places them both in front, uncorks it, and just pours out a small amount that's left in there. I was going to drink this by myself, but may as well have it with company. You know how to hold the glass, right? Father did teach you that. Okay, go on then.
Kel picks it up with how he imagines like the fancy hold, but I'm pretty sure he uses like the wrong fingers or something, so he's just holding it between the wrong fingers.
Well,
It's close.
this is a white wine, so you don't want to be holding it from the base. You want to be holding it from the stem because you want it to keep it cold. If it was red wine, you would want to be grabbing it from the bottom. So you had a good intentions, wrong execution, but at least you tried something, anything. Anyway, cheers.
Yes. Did you have an important meeting or something today that you just carry around wine?
Yes. Yes, I did. Well, as you know, I've been working with some of the founding members of this republic, and I have a couple of opinions that I want to bring to the table. I feel like we are in a sort of very delicate situation, Cal. We come from a very rich family that unfortunately had a very terrible past, yet we are in a moment of change, and that change has already happened, but the momentum continues, and it takes a few individuals to keep that going. I'm still testing the waters to see if it's something I'd like to do. But I've spoken to the right people, and they said they'll take me on, sponsor me even. So it's looking fairly well. And yeah, that's what the bottle of wine was for. Somewhat celebration of sorts. It was kind of an initiation, really. Not the drinking kind, but they seem to really like it, and myself. So we'll see. We'll see what happens of it.
Well then, to the only successful buckets. No, okay. To you and your ambitions and the dedication that you have to this, and you go. You go so intensely. You're doing great.
He gives a sort of half cheers, but just looks into his glass, pondering. Do you really think that you won't achieve anything?
Well, maybe a bankruptcy or two. Like as soon as our parents decide to cut me off, like a private bankruptcy, and then maybe I'll topple a country or two by accident. That would be one for the history books, wouldn't it?
History books I prefer our names not to be involved in.
Oh. Okay, that can be arranged. I could change my name. Honestly, our parents might like that if I just ran around under a different name. No more chaos associated with them.
I don't think they would. They've stuck around long enough. I don't think they'd be too kind to seeing all of this go to waste because you decide to change your name. Think of the effort.
Smart.
Think of the effort.
Yeah.
The investment into you, Cal.
The investment, yes, into my brilliant education. That is all going down the drain because I'm not going to be doing anything with it anyway.
Then why continue? Why even go to Sakir's Taraja mines? What was the point of that? Did you actually learn anything while you were there?
Yeah, some stuff. Most of it was pretty boring, and I didn't quite manage. All my teachers had mostly good things to say about me. Okay?
Is that because you weren't there?
No, I had a perfect attendance record, I'll have you know. Yeah, I showed up and asked questions.
Did you ask the right questions? Now, asking what time is it isn't necessarily a question they want to be answering.
No, relevant questions, obviously.
Okay. Look, if you say so. I know you're not a liar, Cal. You make up fantasies in your own head, but I know you're not a liar.
I don't do that. Okay, fine. Sure. Let's go with that.
Well, You're still causing mayhem in the house. What?
Yeah, today was an accident. I know this sounds stupid because how can that be an accident? It was an accident. I didn't know the water pressure was that high. I didn't even know or that the thing does that kind of high water pressure. So
I'm not going to
okay.
even ask. I feel like I don't need to ask why you're messing around with the water pressure.
Well, the the floors were maybe very dirty because I was maybe in a swamp, and when I came back, I dirtied the floors, and I thought, oh, okay, not a problem. I'll just clean them, but well, I get they're very wet now, but
Okay.
technically,
Okay. Stop.
technically they're clean.
I'd say I don't need to know more. Cal, I'm somewhat divided. I don't know if I should care about you or not. Because I feel, and I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but you just cause chaos wherever you go, and I don't think I can really be around that. I feel like it's just gonna come onto me somehow, and I can't have that. If this is the path I will take, I can't have that. Just it's an equation I don't need to have. I need to know the facts, and I need to know for certain how things will turn out. And to do that, I'd need to cut you out of my life. But then there's the other side, where I truly care about you. And I don't want you falling and forgetting about yourself. Because as much as it sounds like you're having fun, what is this all for? For myself, I need purpose. I need something to strive towards, a goal in mind. But you don't. And I don't know if that's for better or for worse.
That's not true. I mean, with you going off into politics and being a big guy, someone's gonna have to take over for our parents eventually.
And you think you're
Guess
capable of
that's
doing
me.
that?
Wow. Wow. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I can help you, but it'll just mean that
That I drag you down with me when I inevitably ruin it all?
yeah.
Remember when we were younger and used to say bullshit like, we'll just go live in the woods and just get away from all this mess and all the expectations and all the people?
Hmm.
That's becoming very, very tempting. Just like, if I do that, if I can be happy, you can be happy, you can do your politicking.
Is that really what you want to do, though?
Would be fun, wouldn't it? And our parents can not worry about me for a chance. I cannot ruin the house for a chance. I cannot accidentally bankrupt another one of our stores. Guys.
He'll just drink the rest of his glass as he just places it in the grass next to him and lays backwards, looking up to the sky. Is this really what we've turned into? How did this even happen? How did we end up being so different? Yeah, we have the same parents, the same names, same everything. But we're just so different.
I mean, you're a lot more into the entire work thing and stuff. You just care more, I guess. You put more effort in. And it shows.
But is that what's really important, though? Because at parties, I'm boring. I just am. I just don't get it.
Well, no, so you can be fun, but you need to have at least 3 drinks, and then you become fun. Before that, you're a bit stiff. You could work on that. Right. But like you've got passion. And you've got ideas, and you've got change in your mind, and that is much more important than being fun at parties.
I don't know. I quite enjoy you at parties.
I'm pretty good at parties.
Who was it that you were trying to flirt with at one time? I think
Let's not mention that. Let's not. No.
Weren't they working?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure that they I wasn't disrupting their work.
From memory, I think you were. And
No.
I think she quite liked it. She was flattered. But I also I'm not sure if it was because it just meant that she didn't have to do her work. Either way, that's sort of what I mean. You've got that air about you, that fun. And I think this whole finding what's out there, that's probably the biggest fun you're ever gonna have.
I mean, you could come with me. It's not like you're horrible out there. You can hunt. Our parents taught you just the same as me. You can survive out there. And this city may need the right people and change, but it can do that on its own. It's been doing that on its own. It doesn't yeah, you're going to bring great change to it, but you could not. You could come with me.
But it would probably just end up in arguments all the time.
Those are fun sometimes. Not every time. But sometimes they're fun.
I'd like that. I really would. But I just can't. I've just got this feeling in my gut that I don't know. I've just gotta keep doing this. You know me, when I get something in my head, I just can't get it out. I always think of our namesake and what Mother always used to say. There's always a new dawn. And we are the dawn in some strange way. And I always hoped that that meant something more for us, for our lineage, history, or whatever you want to call it. But I always was hopeful that there would be a new dawn for us, for our family, for everyone. It's why I look forward to always waking up and seeing the sky. It just reminds me of us, of why we're all here and why we keep doing what we do, because we're family. As much as that idea I really want to, I just can't, Cal. But doesn't mean I wouldn't want to down the road. And anyway, I wouldn't want to show you up because I'm much better with a bow anyway, aren't I?
I like to say a lot of bullshit, but that you take back.
I don't know. I've seen your sharpshooter skills, and they aren't.
I'm working on that. That is so rude. No.
You know, you don't have to close one of your eyes when you aim down the line, right?
It looks cool.
Depth perception goes off completely.
Okay. Sure. You're the bow expert now. Sure. I see how it is. Oh, I'm going to become super awesome with it. I'm going to become super cool with it. And then you're going to see. And I'm going to take you on a vacation at some point in a few years. Ooh. And I'm going to show you how awesome I am with a bow.
A vacation?
Yeah.
With what money?
The money I learn.
Okay.
By working.
Well, good.
By doing jobs.
All right.
Or something.
Something. That's
great.
I can see you thriving.
I know, I swear to God.
I can see you thriving out there, Cal.
I might.
Have you told Mum and Dad yet, or? You seem pretty driven to this idea. You've got that look in your eye.
It's been in my head the last few months. But I don't know. It's like a pretty big change. So I feel like I should be seriously thinking about it before just randomly deciding to do it. So
well,
we'll see.
I think you should just do it. That's how you've always been. Don't think about it too long, because a new idea might come in. And you seem pretty set on this one. I think you'd regret it if you didn't. And that's not me trying to get rid of you.
No, of course it's not.
I love you to bits.
Mr. Big Politician whose reputation is in danger by his chaotic brother. No, of course you wouldn't.
You're not going to be going on the road and using this as leverage, are you?
Well, now that you say it like that.
Shit. At least say nice things.
I'm going to meet so many people. I'm going to meet so many important people, too. Because I'll likely end up in jail, and they'll try to figure out who the fuck I am. And then I get to tell them exactly who I am.
And you're already thinking about a life behind bars. It's going well.
Nah, those have never stuck. I've gotten out of those. Well, legally and all that shit. I've never broken out of one. Should I try to do like a prison breakout?
No. No. No.
Okay. Sure.
If you do, at least do it quick. Don't get caught.
Well, that would be much of a breakout, would it? But no, of course not. Well, I'd have to be put in prison first to do a prison breakout, and I don't plan to do that anytime soon again. The last time at Olrin's was embarrassing enough because God, I was so drunk. I was so drunk.
We still hear about that, by the way. They still talk about it when we meet them for lunch.
I ruined every chance at a good impression on that family, didn't I?
No, I don't think so. They have like 4 or 5 kids, so I think you'll be fine. I'm sure they have enough chaos amongst themselves.
Wait, Orin's also, like, traveling. I could write him. Maybe we could meet up or something.
To be honest, that sounds like the best idea. Because he's gonna ground you to fuck. And you're gonna be level-headed.
No, the purpose of going out alone is that no one can ground me anymore.
Olrin's definitely not going
I
to do that.
hate being grounded.
I think you still should go with him. He's definitely not going to ground you.
But just a second ago, you were like, he's totally going to ground you.
I had a lapse of judgment.
Sure. A lapse of judgment.
Yeah, it happens.
You shouldn't have lapse of judgment as an important politician. That is a very bad idea.
It's the one.
Imagine you have to make a decision if you're going to start a war and then you have a lapse of judgment.
I won't be starting
and then we're at war.
wars.
You don't? Okay, good.
No.
Good, wars suck.
Wars, yeah, they suck. Do you think they're finished bickering in there, or are they still... Well...
Do you think today is the correct evening to be telling them about my travel plans? I feel like that might make things worse or better, depending on how they take it.
There's only one way to find out, isn't there? And throughout all of these years, I think that they know you well enough that once your mind's set, they're not going to change it. As we have seen time and time again. I wouldn't worry about it, Cal. If anything, I implore you to do it sooner than later. What is it you think you're going to find out there? What is it? What's the end goal to this? I know that's not how you normally live, but is there one?
I mean, adventure, cool fights. Maybe I can find someone that can teach me magic, or
gods, please, do
the
not.
gods. I could try and meet the gods.
Oh, why am I saying these things?
Like Olrin is a cleric of Morden. And like he's got to have like gotten like some mad serious skills at this point. Do you think he could? Oh, do you think I could meet Morden?
No.
But maybe.
No, he'll probably just give you a load of magic items instead. Which will be the closest thing that you're ever going to get to a god. I can count you on that. If anything, if there is a god of tricksters, then they'll probably find you eventually. But until that point comes, I think you're good with just the wits about you. You've got a good sense of danger. I don't worry that you're going to fall into traps, for certain. But getting out of them, I think you're going to be doing just fine. You don't need spells. You don't need all of these fancy gadgets. You've got something that these things can't replicate. And that's a sort of...
heart.
No.
Oh.
That's questionable.
Oh.
Your intuition, that sort of sense of danger. I feel like, even though you're quite aloof, I think you've got it.
I'm trying to parse it as is that an actual compliment, or if you're still like on the...
Take it as you want it. I'm not here to spout wisdom.
You've been doing a lot of that tonight, though. Like,
yeah, it's the wine. It's the wine. It happens when I drink wine. Well, are you going to tell the parents now, or do you want to go out?
I have a presentation I made. I have a paper.
You've been planning for this moment, then?
Yeah.
How long have you been thinking about this? I was under the assumption this was just today, now, and whilst we've sat here, but you've been thinking about this for a long time?
Well...
Okay, oh, no. Let's have a family meeting. And he walks in. Come on.
Now? Oh, you meant now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me get the paper.
Cal has something to tell us. As he just shouts into the room. The bickering stops. In fact, as you... Where is the paper? Have you got it tucked in your pants? Or what's it in your room?
Up in his room, probably, like, in a secret cupboard.
Okay, Leonie, I'll
where
ask
he's been
you the
having
question.
his diaries or whatever. I don't think he has diaries, but they have one page written in them, and then he lost patience and started a new one or something. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's in one of those.
Okay. Since the house was flooded, I'll ask you, would you like these papers to be sodden wet, or...
Ooh. Oh, tough question. Well, no. It would have been in a drawer or something. That'd be safe.
As you walk past the kitchen, momentarily head back upstairs to your room, before the announcement is even made, you do see your parents no longer bickering, but instead they seem to have gone into a little bit of a sort of back and forth sway of a dance, and then that sort of interrupted as they turn their heads and they see you running up, splashing your way to the next floor. Really? As they just start sighing already at the fact that you have an announcement to make. It's not another water leak, is it? As you run upstairs.
No!
Sure. You head up, find the journal. The parents, as well as Hicarius, is now sat around the large table. And the dinner has been moved out by this point. And they're just three of them sat there, just watching you walk down the hall.
Okay.
Do I need wine first?
No. Unless you want some wine?
I'm going to get you some wine, dear. Yes, please. And you see your father stand up, go towards the wine rack, pop open a wine, brings out a glass for her and him, looks at the two of you, just doesn't give you guys any drink, just pours for themselves. Icarius, arms crossed. Cal, go for it.
Okay. So I know that the last few months have been rough. I've caused a lot of property damages. And I'm pretty sure you had to close down that one store. But renovation is in progress, as I've been told, so it's still property damage. And I think at this point, what we can conclude from all the gathered evidence, as in the last few years of me attempting to, work in any sort of business or doing apprenticeship and shit. Anyway, it is never a particularly awesome idea, and it never seems to work out, which I am very, very regretful over. And so I've been thinking that I propose for the next few years, I will go on a sort of journey of finding purpose, where I go see what else there is in the world, try out different jobs, try out different customs and different people, and sort of just see what's out there and see what I could be doing, and try and find my own purpose for myself. Like Hikari has found his purpose in politics, and you guys found your purpose in the wonderful, amazing work that you do. Yes, I've been thinking that I might maybe go traveling alone.
The entire time, your mother has been kind of smiling and nodding, just and then you mentioned the alone part. What do you mean alone?
Well, Alex is caught up in his father's drama, so I considered, like, we considered maybe traveling together, but it's not possible. And none of the others are really the outdoorsy types, and I would really want to be in forests most of the time and in other outside areas, and I would be alone. I'd be fending for myself. I'd be hunting for myself and using what you've taught me, Mom. And I think I can do this. And it's going to be a learning experience. And when I come back, I will have more. I will be able to have more responsibility, and I will be able to maybe properly fill you guys' shoes and take on any sort of expectations you have of me.
Alexander Montagnier.
Yes.
The criminal family.
He is not.
Really?
Like I said, he's busy. He doesn't. He was going to, but his father disapproves, so he's not going to be doing it.
I think I'm going to need another glass, as your mother is
Why
then
would
refilled.
you need? So, I mean, okay, you hate the idea. I can.
No, I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea. No, I think your mother, Cal, is just slightly apprehensive, as am I, because, well, we have a house here, we have a comfortable living, we have money to spend, and you may have politely destroyed a few buildings. It's we can pay for it. It's fine. We've managed.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to.
But we love you, Cal. So we do.
I love you. I love you too, and I appreciate hearing that. Very, very good to hear that. But like, I'm not. This isn't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not saying this to blame anyone for anything, but I feel like I'm stuck here. I feel like I can't. It's not changing. Nothing is changing. And
is it supposed to change?
I know. Well, maybe. Maybe it would be better for all of us if something changed.
Oh. Your father just kind of looks down. Hikari speaks up. I think it's a good idea. Personally, I think no matter what destruction Cal has caused, it does not matter. And the fact that they want to try something different, and I think we should at least, well, we've heard him out, at least approve of it in some way. Now, I have no say in this, of course, and I, frankly, neither do the two of you. This is Cal's decision. Excuse me. This is a family decision. Cal will be leaving to go into the wild, into unknown territory, without money. We will have to give you plenty of money, Cal.
Sure. Well,
To make sure that you are well fed and that your clothes are at least tailored to your fitting whenever you go to the next stop.
well, maybe not that amount. I mean, if you want to give me this. No, I will fend for myself. I will take odd jobs and shit like that. I will take care of myself. I don't need any of your money. I don't want it. No.
Well, if this is your decision, there's nothing I can say about it. Well, I approve. I have nothing more to say. You've given a very detailed point of view, more detailed than I've seen in some of your school work, and I'm quite impressed. So, you have my permission, at least, if that means anything. Gives a sort of scoffing look to Hicarius. Your father then looks up. I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to choose this sort of life. Why? Are we not good enough, or is it just what we have not what you're looking for?
Yeah. Kinda. I'm not the not good enough part. Not the not good enough part. You are definitely good enough. I love you. I love you guys. I just I'm noticing some difficulties with me trying to be who you want me to be. And I think if I figure out who I am, then maybe I can see if there is parallels between who I am and who you want me to be.
And Cal's right. And we are all different people, and we've both taken from different aspects of the two of you. I see a lot of mother in Cal, and I see a lot of father in me. I think it's only natural that our journeys are divided. Well, if that's how you feel. But you will contact us, Cal, on your journey?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Please do. I'd be worried sick if I didn't hear from you.
You'll get, like, how many reports do you want? Monthly? Every 3 months?
As often as you can, Cal. If you're going to be traveling and it might be very difficult to send messages, realistically so, just give us updates. Keep us in the know. And you will be taking gold. I'm not going to hear about anything about it. And you better not spend it, okay?
What am I taking it then for?
For emergencies.
Oh, okay, I can do that. I can put it away safely, and then, if I get robbed. What do I do if I get robbed?
Well, I believe this whole thing is you just finding your own way. Adapt.
I myself.
There's a lot of unsavory characters out there, Cal, and you're going to have to come across a lot of them. I know that you've seen the world in this very bright and colourful aspect, and people are smiley and nice, and some of them are rude, but I'll be honest, a lot of them are much ruder and harsher, and some of them downright evil. You'll have to be coming across a lot of these colourful characters. Are you sure you're ready for that?
No, but that's kind of the purpose of. Do you want me to give the speech again? I have it written down. I can give it again.
I just hope that you don't start putting your trust in strangers you don't do the research into first. Making deals and just... They will be fine. I'm sure Cal will meet several of these people along their journey, but he is a good judge of character. And I'm sure no matter who he will meet, if there is a stranger and a danger, he will make it out of there. I guess you're right. I just hope we haven't coddled you too much before you enter the real world.
There's only one way to find out.
There is.
By letting me go into the real world.
Okay. But don't let it break you, okay? Don't let it break your spirit. Because that's a wonderful thing about you, Cal. Is that heart. Don't let anyone get in the way of it and fuck it up.
Okay. I'll do that. Yes, sir.
Don't salute me. I'm the fucking father. And he'll just reach out and give you a hug. You have my permission as well.
Thank you.
So, Dwayne, when will you be leaving?
Tomorrow.
Well, then, shall we all at least have one final dinner and walk around town together?
Yes.
That sounds like a great idea, Mother. And as all of you get up, in a very sort of somber fashion, you put on your sort of evening attire, and because again it is the sort of the summer, but still that winter chill comes in when the sun is gone, you take the little sort of warm jackets that you have to stave off the cold, and the four of you spend an evening out amongst the stars, walking along Isradana's streets, finding the different sort of avenues and alleyways that you had taken many, many years ago. And in fact, this is probably the most that you've spoken to your family at any given time. There is many laughter, and there is equally as many tears that follow as well, both for sadness and happiness, as the four of you walk together as a very strong unit. And as time continues, you watch as you walk through, the sun sets and the sun begins to rise as all four of you watch as a new dawn approaches. And with that, your journey will then continue onwards. That was focusing on Cal for this moment. Now, who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
Oh, Cal.
So, as we focus on Alicio now, not leaving very far from the same city of Isradana, please, Robbie, if you could describe where we see Alicio in this sort of many years prior, at a younger age. What does he look like?
So he's maybe around 5, 6 years old, very young. In the River Blue mansion. In his room, probably early in the morning. And he's having a regular visit from probably some sort of priest or a healer or a medic of some kind. And usually he's quite calm or used to it, but this morning he's a little bit drowsy, a little bit grumpy. Kind of shoulder length hair, probably in pajamas as he doesn't get out much, but he's just sitting up with slightly messy hair, not too much. Looking kind of through squinted eyes as his father is talking to the medics.
Mm-hmm. As you're looking through in this sort of hazy perspective, you see your father quite tall and proud speaking to two of the clerics here, one of them being from Palor and the other one from Ashtar. The two of them are sort of talking amongst themselves as they have done sort of body analysis over you once again, as they normally do through routine to see if anything is furthered in, has worsened at all upon your body. So you're hearing the muffled sounds of talk back and forth. But standing somewhat beside you, leaning down and sat in the chair, you see a elven figure who is your personal bodyguard. You see Gareth just hand on your sort of bedside, just reassuring that someone's here in that sort of blurred vision. Someone who's been hit several times in the head will probably know what the sort of vision of someone like that would have in this sort of state. So he's as close as he can get so you can see the finer details to know that a friendly face is here. And he just leans in. Don't worry, everything's okay. You're just slowly waking up. But your father's now here. Would you like me to get you anything?
No. Did they find anything?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not too sure. I've been too focused on standing by your side.
He just kind of frowns a little bit.
But I'm sure they will. If they haven't today, they will tomorrow. And they're telling your father about everything now. So let's keep our fingers crossed, okay?
He doesn't really respond and is gonna sit up trying to listen in on the conversation that his father is having.
As you're in this groggy sight, he reaches over to try and balance you, but keeps a sort of distance, just hovering his hands to make sure you don't fall any awkward positions. As you are now leaning up, the two priestly figures are sort of ushered away as your father now takes full stance here. Now, if you could please describe to us what Silas looks like.
He has kind of chin length brown hair split down the middle, very neat, very tidy. Slightly tan skin, not as much as Alicio's is, but still. Priestly outfit, maybe a little more casual since they are in their own house at the moment. Kind of a very sharp face, always has a stern look to him, head held high. A little bit of a beard coming in, but less so when he was younger.
As soon as the priests leave and he approaches now, leaning down on one knee to get you eye to eye with him, you see that sort of stern complexion just kind of drop away and fade as his eyebrows soften and his kind of half smile comes in. Are you okay, my little sunlight? You seem a bit pale. Everything okay?
I'm okay. I mean, the same.
Well, it is understandable. But don't fret, everything will be fine. We have the best doctors coming to see you. So please, would you like to have a walk around? I can carry you if you want.
Alicio just grabs onto him and stuffs his face in his father's shirt.
Just holds your head. Oh, don't cry. This is perfectly normal to feel this way.
I had a bad dream.
No. You know bad dreams don't mean much.
We went to the park together, and when I turned around, you weren't there anymore.
Well, that is impossible because I will always be there for you.
You won't leave me behind?
No, Why would I?
You promise?
Of course, I've promised. I love you with
Okay.
all my heart, Sunlight.
Kind of snuggles up close to him. Can I go with you today? No tests, no doctors, no. Just today, please.
You see him look up towards Garrett, the guard behind you. Yes, of course. Please, you can be the boss for the day.
Really?
Yes. What you says goes.
Oh, I forgot to show you something. Look in the drawer.
Okay. Opens up.
There's like a, not the best drawing ever, but a drawing of all of the plants that would be in Silas's office. And they've all been correctly named after like their scientific name or something,
Yeah.
but
You see he's looking at it, and there's an impressed look upon him. Did you do this? And you remembered every single one? Wow.
Gareth, I mean, he brought me a book from the library.
Yeah, that's right. I brought all of the books for them to learn. And they have such an amazing memory.
That's like a very obvious wink at Gareth.
Is that right, Gareth? Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Well-
does little uppy hands for Silas to pick him up.
Picks you up, and he'll kind of put you over his shoulders if that's where you want to be, and you can kind of like hold on to his head as he'll just walk through with you there. Hold on tight, okay?
Okay.
And mind the
Don't have to
ears,
go.
please. Just the hair is fine. And,
Holds back from touching his ears, but
and Gareth is a good man, and he should know that as he looks back towards him. Right, mind your head. As he peeks through outside the door. All right, where would you like to go?
the gardens?
Of course.
Oh, can we say hi to Mama first?
I believe she's in the gardens at the moment.
Okay.
You know how Mother likes her garden. Make sure it's all nice and pruned and there are no weeds. She hates weeds.
We hate weeds. I'm learning the flowers too, so I can make the same one for Mama.
What are you looking to make?
A drawing?
Hmm.
Like the one I did for you?
I think she would love it.
I'm
I
glad.
believe some bluebells are some of her favorite flowers, so I'll see if I can find some for you.
They're not roses?
She likes roses, but bluebells are something that reminds me. She likes them. She says they're like me. I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
But here we go. Are you ready to hold on? I'm going to go a bit fast.
Holds on as tight as he can.
He starts running a bit quicker. All right, that'll do. As he's now out of breath.
I can run more than that.
But you're much more faster than me. I'm an old man. You're a young, spry kid.
Well, my legs don't work right, so what's your excuse?
Okay. I don't have one. As he just awkwardly walks and continues.
You need to work out more like Gareth.
Okay. All right. Gareth isn't that amazing, okay?
Okay.
takes you out into the gardens, and you can see both your mother as well as your sister there tending towards the garden. As you approach, you see a quick head turn from your mother as she looks up. Oh my goodness, as she just runs up. I can't believe you're here. And she picks you up and takes you from your father's kind of back as he seems to be hurting a bit from having carried you this distance. She picks you up with full grace and then kind of holds you there in her arms. Isn't this
Holds her
nice?
back.
Bit of fresh air. And she just like taps your nose.
Yes. Father said I'm the boss today.
Oh, well, between us, he's never the boss.
I know, you're the boss.
She gives you a wink. Well, since you are the boss, really, today, what would you like to do?
We can have sweets for breakfast, and then we go to the park.
It sounds very unhealthy to have sweets for breakfast.
Please.
Because you're the boss for the day? Sure. And she just kind of rubs your belly a little bit. As she holds you there and continues to walk over, you do see your sister kind of turn up at one point, holding a load of weeds that they've plucked free, just kind of holding them out to either side as she runs up to your father. And he just kind of grabs her and picks her up as well, discarding the weeds into the trash next to her. Well, how about we all grab some breakfast together? It's still quite early, so how about sweets for breakfast, pastries? Okay. And she begins to walk in. A meal is somewhat prepared together as you ask for the servants of the house to prepare the meals and get everything ready for the day. And at one point, as you're eating, you do see Silas speaking to your mother, just sort of in private to the side. You kind of pick up on odd bits of the conversation, but you're mostly like fixated on the food, and as well as your sister in front of you, just kind of like looking over and just pulling faces every so often in your direction as she's just also eating. So you're the boss? Really?
Mm-hmm. Why are you saying that? Is that so surprising? I can be the boss.
Why do you get to be the boss?
Because Father said so. You can ask him to be the boss tomorrow.
She looks up towards him. Okay. As the two of them are having a conversation, eventually they both return, and you see your sister look up. Dad, can I? And he sort of like interrupts the conversation. I'm sorry. It looks like I won't be able to join you for going out today.
No, why?
Important business. I'm sorry, my
But
love.
you promised.
You see your mother look over with a sort of glare in his direction. Not a sort of angry one, but you shouldn't have promised. I know. I'm sorry. I will make up for it. Okay? You can be Lord for 2 days instead. We can have sweets for dinner when I come back. We can...
I just wanted to spend the day with you.
I know. I thought I would have more time. I'm sorry. Where I'm going, it's not It's not appropriate for children. It's very dangerous. And I wouldn't want you getting hurt. And I know you're very strong, very brave. But you have to be strong and brave for yourselves and for your mother. And well, I'll try and make up for it. I'll try.
Okay.
Your sister is somewhat sidelined for the whole thing and just lets drop the question altogether as she just sits there and kind of continues to eat in silence. Well, hopefully I won't be long for too much time. But I love all three of you. And he walks around and gives each of you a kiss on the head and just squeezes your mother tightly. You just hear the sort of whispers of, "Be careful, please." "Of course. I'll be back soon. I don't like it when you go there. Neither do I." And he kind of stands up and leaves as you three are finishing up breakfast. And
Alicia's gonna lean over to his sister eventually and be like, he said I'm one of the days for 2 days, so if you just want to tell me what you want to do tomorrow, I'll pretend like it's my idea.
she just kind of ignores it and continues eating.
Okay. Just kind of slumps down in his chair.
Yeah.
No, go on.
Just with the door closed as Silas leaves, it's just the three of you left there, and it's just this silence as your mother's drumming up a new plan of something to do. "Well, your father's gone for the moment, but he'll be back soon. Let us go out. Are you ready?"
I think so.
I don't want to go. I have a lot of studying to do. And you see your sister jumps down from the chair. "Oh, no, come on. You can do that later. You don't need to study now." And she just looks back and silently walks upstairs to the room. Would you like to go out?
I don't think I'm actually feeling that well.
Okay.
My legs hurt.
Shall we take you back to bed? Or do you want to go to bed with me?
In the big bed?
She just picks you up. We can have a little pillow fort. We don't have to go outside, and we have our own imagination. And she just takes you up with her as the door closes and the two of you are left there in the room. We cut forward a few more years. And what does Alicio look like now after these few years have passed?
He's in his teenager years. With some maybe questionable hair and fashion choices, as a teenager does. Maybe a little bit leaning on the emo side of things. Not really trying, but there's maybe one strand of hair that's dyed a darker color. He's maybe 14 or so, and he is walking around the house, mostly pacing around in front of his father's office as he wants to tell him something, but isn't sure how to approach it.
Okay. As you're pacing back and forth, you come across Gareth, who is slightly older at this point now, as he's walking in, a bit more grey in sort of his beard and his hair. But he just gives you a half courteous bow. "Is everything all right? You seem a bit nervous."
Yeah, things are, as per usual.
Well,
He's gonna be pretty mad at me in a couple of minutes, so you might want to take a stroll out in the
Oh.
garden or something.
okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, I'm not going to the academy.
It kind of like leans down a bit more closer to you. Are you sure that's a wise idea? He's been building up to this moment for a long time.
Well, he's the one who said no the past 3 years, so...
Well,
So what's the point? I don't even follow Paler, but I'm gonna go to the academy for Paler clerics and paladins? It's
Well-
just not for me.
you wouldn't just be learning about, the state of affairs with Paylor. It'll teach you other things there, but I get it. It's not for everyone. I never really went to any of these academies either.
Yeah, and you turned out great.
Yeah, sure. I'm a guard, sword for hire. It's not much of a high status, even though I very much appreciate being in your company. As he gives a half bow. It's also not exactly the life of luxury, is it?
Wow, Gareth and I thought we were buddies. Just
Well,
kidding. I know.
As you get older, you start seeing the real world. And unfortunately, you've had to grow up quite quickly. But that means you've got a good head on you, kid.
Right. Well, pray for me.
I don't pray.
All right. You know what I meant.
Yeah, I'll have my fingers crossed that he doesn't send you anyway. Just
He can try. Yeah.
be careful how you word it, Just don't do the thing you do.
What? Exist?
That's kind of what I mean. The snarky part.
I can help it. Have you seen my parents? Just kidding. All right. Well, I've been putting it off for 30 minutes. I might as well go in there.
All right. Good
Thanks
luck.
for the advice, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. As
I'm always
always.
there for you, kid. Just be careful.
Always am. Too much. Maybe.
Do you want me to open a door for you, or are you gonna go
Oh
yourself?
my god, get out of here. It's just knocks on the door.
Come in. He's hunched over forward, scribbling away by his desk. He seems to be alone here. One candle illuminating the desk in front of him. All of the windows are pretty much darkened at this point. They have like tinted glass, so it's kind of like turned down slightly to keep the mood a bit more darker in the room itself. Probably to focus. He likes to be in sort of a darker space when he's trying to concentrate. Puts it down.
Takes a deep breath, opens the door. Father?
Takes a deep breath. Yes?
Well, I have something to tell you. Steps in, closes the door.
Well, I have something to tell you. I had found in my desk something that I did not know I had for a long time. And he opens it up and he pulls out the piece of paper of the plants that you had drawn with the names written on them. Look. And he just admires it. You were so skilled in craft from a young age. Quite remarkable. The academy will do quite well with you there. I'm sure you will help out a lot in forging their way forward.
Um,
You're not
So-
going.
yeah, I'm not going.
He puts the paper on the table. Why?
Well, after many years of waiting and you saying no, I kind of found my own way, as we've talked multiple times. And I don't think it'll be of much use to me. So I'm not going to the academy.
I'm sorry, it's not a choice. You are going.
I don't think so, because I'm not going.
What do you expect to achieve? If you don't have the right skills, the right path, where do you think you're going to end up?
I have the skills I have been studying, just not what you want me to do.
And what is this? What is it you're studying?
Medicine? Herbalism? For the past how many years? Astrology too? Astronomy.
Astronomy. What is that going to do? What is... You fixate on the physical and the metaphysical, the here and the now. You have to choose. You cannot be between two worlds.
Why not?
Because it's impossible to live a life in two sides. You think you can truly balance it. You think that you can get far in life by believing in one aspect and trying to follow another, and yet what will happen? You will fall down the gap in the middle and you will fail. You think this is what your mother wants.
Don't bring mother into this.
I think we should. I'm
Well,
not
Nebula
moving on
believes
this.
I can do it. And there's other great minds out there that talk about the body and the mind, and I could learn so much from them if I were to just go and study under them.
And how will you do that?
By traveling?
By yourself? Please, do not live in fairy tales. You've lived hard enough. Don't make it harder on yourself.
I'm
Choose
not
the
a
easy
baby
path.
anymore. When are you gonna stop treating me like that? You don't treat Nasalia that way. Why me? I've gotten better.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not going.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to go. You don't have to do anything I say. Just do what makes you happy. And he'll turn back and look at the desk, looking at the painting that you drew many years ago.
Right. Good talk. It's gonna close the door and walk
As
out.
you're leaving, he'll just speak up. I'm sorry I'm like this. I don't want to be. And I know I shouldn't be. I know I need to let go. And you are very smart and capable. I do not want to compare you to her.
Yeah, well, you do. So apologies don't mean much, Dad. Not when you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Should get that checked out, actually. It's called, in some places, insanity, you know?
Yeah, perhaps I do.
I wish you had more faith in me.
It's not that I don't have faith in you. It's that I have little faith in many things. Mainly myself.
Aren't you a high priest? Isn't faith supposed to be your whole thing?
Do you think we're all supposed to be impervious to it? To these thoughts of regret or uncertainty? We are only people. If anything, there is an expected outcome for people like myself. An undevoted, fully placed attention into one thing and one thing only. If that was the case, I wouldn't have a family. So I'm already failing in that department. And
What are you saying right now?
nothing.
Nice one, Dad. Good one. Making it out like you regret having this. And by this, I mean me. Nice. Good pep talk.
He'll stand up from his chair and he'll walk over to you with a stern step, which almost invokes fear, as he just walks with this stern look on his face and then leans down. Don't ever say that, okay? I love you, and that's forever. I only want the best for you, my love, my sunlight. I have my own problems, and I try not to make them yours, but I struggle. Some days it's worse, some days it's easier. And that's not on you, that's on me. I want the best for you. And you have fought hard for where you are. I just want to make sure that you make the right decisions. That you are thinking about these things before you say them. That the brain of yours is smart. Your body is strong. But sometimes your mouth, that gets in the way.
I wonder who I got that from. And he's gonna walk out.
Me? As you close the door. You close the door and you find your sister in the hall, just walking down. What have I done?
Nothing that you did.
Father?
Yep. So if you have a lecture you want to give me before I head back,
Well,
might as well
actually,
get it over with. Oh, great.
may as
Go
well.
on.
I don't have anything to say.
Then what do you want?
Nothing, I was just walking past and then you just sighed.
I asked you if you have a lecture, and you said actually I do. So
No, I was
waiting, and
joking.
you
I was
said you didn't
lying.
have-
I don't have anything.
You know I'm not good at realizing those things.
Yeah, nor am I!
You're so annoying.
Ditto, twin.
Flips her off. Heads back to his room.
Shakes
I'm
head.
not going there. He's pretty pissed off.
Oh, fuck.
I told him I'm not going.
She just grabs you, turns you around. What the fuck do you mean you're not going?
Not going.
I fucking accepted and you didn't. What the fuck?
You got to go 3 years earlier, and by the time you're done, I'll be running away there for another 3 years, and I don't want to go insane being surrounded by this preppy little paler priest. No offense.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh, you want a list?
Yeah?
Hollis probably has it. Go ahead.
What is it, 10 pages? 20 pages? Does it even have fucking pages?
Probably like a book, really.
I think it's fucking more than that.
Yeah, maybe like a 3-part novel.
Do you like hurting people that you love? Do you like doing this shit? Silence says no. But your words say otherwise. Whatever.
Well,
Fuck
you
this.
just said I have a bunch of problems, but sure, yeah, I'm the one hurting people.
You just can't stop, can you?
Stop what?
Nothing. And she'll just walk away.
Don't make it easy.
No. You've had it hard. Why make it easy now?
Yeah. Thanks for being supportive as always.
Just walks
Leave
off.
it to me, the black sheep of the family. Okay, and she's gone. Great. Nah, that went great, Nebula.
As you enter your room, you see Nebula just looking over from the bed. What is going on?
Yeah, I finally told them.
Now we can relax. And she puts her hands behind her head.
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure that if I wasn't part of the family, my dad and sister would kill me at this point, but you know.
Oh, that's fine.
Is it?
I'll just resurrect you. It's fine.
You can do that.
Of course. It's something you'll learn down the line.
Just plops on the bed and looks up. And where there was a window that was kind of like a sun-shaped skylight, it's like covered up by a tarp that represents a night sky.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even want to hear what I wanted to do. I don't think he gets it.
I don't think it gets anything.
He just seemed concerned.
Well, that is nature, no?
Yeah, but they do that for everything. Like, I could go to the park and they'd be like, be careful, be careful, be careful.
And what do you think that represents?
I don't know.
Is that not love? Sure, it is overbearing and overprotective, but love, no, still.
Yeah, but imagine every time you wanted to cast a spell or create a star, everyone was like, are you sure? Be careful, be careful. Are you sure? Do you know what you're doing? Are you sure?
Been there, done that. Ugh, no thanks.
Yeah, that's my whole life. I mean, you've been there for most of it, but...
It's not your whole life. Because you know what life is all about? It is about what comes next. The past, the
Yeah.
present, who gives a shit? The future is where it's truly at. And what do you want to be, Alicio?
Someone who helps people? Who heals them? A cleric of yours?
was about the cleric.
The cleric.
Of course.
That's a bit presumptuous.
Well, I don't have eyes on anyone else just yet.
I'll consider.
Hmm.
Just kidding. You know I believe in everything you do.
I believe in a lot of things as well. Myself, clearly. But one thing I don't believe in, Alicio, is that dreaded hairstyle. What is going on? What was this decision? Is this a cry for help?
Yes? I'm going through something.
Help is certainly something that I cannot provide here.
Well, look, it was supposed to be a different color, but the person at the dye shop got it wrong, and I don't really know what I was doing because I never done my hair before because mom never allowed it. So it kind of turned out this way, and I didn't know it was almost semi-permanent, and now it won't wash out.
Well, I can fix that for you.
You can't? Oh, well, you can revive people, so I'm not surprised. Mom's gonna kill me.
You're going through a phase, up to you.
Maybe some other time.
Fine.
I haven't told her yet.
Well, now's probably the best time to.
Yeah, I fear that she might lock me in my room and never let me out if I even suggest that I want to travel. Probably not that dramatic, but...
No, that sounds a bit too much of a drama queen. I don't see your mother like that. You seem doubtful.
No, I believe you. Just, it was another exaggeration for the sake of the joke. I'm still new at the humor thing.
Are you going to speak to her now, or forever hold your peace? What?
I probably should, shouldn't I?
Yes, you should.
You king.
Go on, and she just like
Have
pushes
fun
you.
planning my funeral.
I will prepare the song. It'll be very melodramatic.
There better be wine there, alright? White.
Of course.
People in this house probably think I'm fucking nuts, and he's gonna walk out of his room.
You leave. You head downstairs to find your mother. And you actually find not just your mother, but your father there as well. Your father is currently talking to her, and you see she's somewhat processing some information.
Sunset dog meme on Alicia's face.
Yeah. She just kind of like nods and stands up. Have you told them? No, I haven't. To be honest, I don't think either of them want to see me right now. You always deal the better news. They prefer you anyway. Okay. Be safe. I never like you going to that place. I know. But I'll be sure to bring the bluebells next time. Alright. She gives him a kiss and then he walks out the door. And then she's left there just to sit by herself.
I'm just gonna approach slowly and put a hand on her shoulder. He's leaving again.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
Yeah.
Shadow fell. Did he say when he'll be back?
He doesn't know.
He never does.
I know it's important work, but every time he comes back, I feel like we lose a little piece of him.
Alicio gives a half hug.
As you're given a half hug, there's these maternal instincts again. You wanted to say something.
Well, I just can't comfort my mother with no other
What's happened?
Yeah, the father didn't seem to mention anything else before he left or anything.
You're not going to the academy, are you?
No. Like, how does anyone know I'm going to say that?
It is on your face. It is right there. And she just like rubs her hand in your face, just like. Then she kind of goes into a smile with her fingers. It's there, it is here, and she just grabs your cheek.
There.
You know I don't care if you go to the academy or not.
Yeah, and it's just the other part of it, of wanting to travel to meet other doctors.
You know I speak in gibberish, right? I heard every single bit of that.
What? Yeah. All right.
Well,
That was the plan. Not yet, but
only when you are feeling strong enough. If you feel strong enough, then by all means, we're not going to hold you back. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you want to explore, if you want to study elsewhere, there are plenty more colleges out there.
yeah, colleges.
Or we can pay for some professors to come and help you in your studies.
Well, I was thinking of going to them.
Do you think you're prepared for that?
Well, maybe not yet, but I've been working on spells and things.
Okay. Well, I've been waiting to hand you this, really. But I guess now is a better time than any. You will most likely grow into it since I was waiting until you're a bit older. And she'll go over towards the kitchen cupboard that's on the top shelf outside of reach of most people, like where you'd put the cookie jar. And just behind the far reach, she leans back. Can't reach it myself. Gareth! Gareth! And she walks in. Yes, Mom. Can you please get the box that's up there? I've had my back and I can't quite. And of course, reaches up, picks it out, and hands it to you. Open it.
Opens it slowly.
As you open it, you see that there is a bright blue collar. Just kind of stands out first thing as you see the etching, the stitching, the embroidery that's across it. It's all in the sort of river blue colors, and there is fine weaving of enchantments that have been placed on it. It is something that your father and I have been working towards for a while. We have reached out to a few enchanters to get the right spells and necessary components in there. And hopefully it will give you that little bit of a kickstart.
Gives her a hug.
It was all your father's idea, and she gives you a kiss on the head.
You're not lying to me to make me feel better about him?
Why, did you have a falling out?
Yeah, he got pretty mad.
Yes, this was his idea. You know he loves you, right?
Yeah, I guess.
No. She looks at you. Guess. Do you know it or do you not know it?
I think he loves me. I don't know if he likes me. I think he likes the idea of who I could be.
I hope that changes. Whether it's him or whether it's how you see yourself in his eyes. But
Maybe.
either way, this is yours. The dimension's a little bit bigger, but if it needs adjustments, I can change it.
Thank you. It's lovely. I'll keep it
Anything.
safe.
No, it's not meant to be kept safe. It's meant to keep you safe. Wear it out. Let it do its thing. It is there
Okay.
first, and you are always to be shielded by it.
Protecting me even when I'm not home.
As a mother should.
Just kisses the top of her head.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
She just smiles and kisses back.
And also, so Nessali is also pretty mad at me. Probably for pissing off Dad, so my bad if the tensions are high for the next couple of days. I think I kind of have the tendency to do that.
Your sister is strong.
Headed. I mean, what? Go on.
You can do this to me, but you know that Father and Natalia have little thin veneer to this comment.
Yeah. Maybe that's my aura as a cleric. You know how certain clerics have those magic auras?
You've
I just
lost me.
piss people off.
You've lost me. I don't know what any of that means.
Maybe I just have a magical aura of people pissing people off. Who knows how handy that will be, but...
Is that aura a choice or just circumstance?
Sometimes a choice, sometimes... maybe not.
Well, if you know you're doing it, then it's by design. It is up to you to change that.
Yeah.
Anyway, try it on, see if it fits.
He puts it on. It's probably a little bit too big for him.
Gareth will be there just like lifting it up in places for you to put your arm through since it's like slightly too long in some areas. He just helps you put it on. And this is where we're going to jump to another point where we are a few more years later and Alicio is now fully adorning the jacket. How do we see Alicio at this point in this sort of final look that we have?
He is kind of almost ready to head out. He's in his room and he's being very, very quiet and also very fidgety. But he's trying to pack the essentials as quietly as he can. Well, whatever Alicio considers to be essentials is probably not the most accurate one would need for survival, but he's putting in spare clothes, some money, etc., etc. Kind of going around his room, pacing around, listening in on his own door to see if there's anyone out front as the night approaches, and is just nervously packing.
As you're there quietly amongst yourself, you just hear a knock at your door. Hello? You are still awake?
Yes, still awake, about to head to bed.
Could I have a little moment with you? If that's not too I'm coming in. I hope you're decent.
Okay.
You see Gareth enter the door.
But kicks the bag under the bed. Hey, hello.
What was that?
Super secret
Oh!
project you're not supposed to know
I
about.
keep forgetting that skeleton's there. Fuck.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
I still
I
don't
need
get
to-
how you got that in here.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I just wanted to say that your father's just arrived. He's back from his long stay in the Shadowfell. So I don't know if you want to see him today or if you're going to see him in the morning or something. I could just say you're asleep.
Yeah, probably for the best. I'm having like a really bad headache.
I know you
Is what you
since
can
you
tell
were a
him.
fucking child. What is it you're planning?
Nothing?
What is under there?
Okay, I was maybe going to get a new hairstyle, okay?
He
And
leans down under the
like
bed.
started like, going between him and the bed.
What's
It's
what's
hair dye,
this?
okay?
Pulls out the bag. What?
Don't worry about that. That's for later.
Closes the door behind. What is this? You planning to
Nothing.
leave?
No. No.
Are you planning to escape?
No.
Okay, that was closer to the truth. Puts it on the bed.
You know, you can just walk out and pretend that this didn't happen.
Do you mind if I just sit here for a second?
You can sit on the bench, please. Do not sit on my bed.
It's always the bench. It's so rickety. Sits on it.
It's not rickety. Okay.
So you're planning to leave? Okay. I won't say
I know
anything.
No, I got caught a week ago, but you know, getting caught never stopped me from trying it again.
No, I think you'll do it this time.
Yeah, hopefully not getting my leg stuck again.
Well, I wish you good luck, Alicio. I've really enjoyed being there beside you. It's been a great honor. And
Well, now you sound like you're gonna die.
well, I might die any minute. Who knows? Well,
What?
a heart attack. You should know this.
No.
You know better
Are you
about
having a
health
heart
than that.
attack?
No, but it has been. Like, your family's been lovely to me. And I don't come from nothing, really. And standing beside you and... Honestly, I've fought before. Monsters, bad people, sometimes good people. We won't talk about that. But I've never stood next to someone so strong and had the pleasure to watch them get even stronger. And I know this decision isn't easy, even though you probably think it is. I think it's the bravest thing you could be doing. And I'm not a praying man, but I do wish that you find what you're looking for out there. Because the world needs someone like you. You may think that this house is broken, but there's many more broken ones out there. Many without this.
Can I be honest with you?
When have you never been?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at lying. I know I'm quite snarky and mean a lot of times. I don't know why I do it. But I know why I'm leaving. And I don't know why, but a certain part of me fears, but also hopes that maybe me leaving is what will fix this house.
These things don't make you a bad person.
They sure make me a bad kid. So I think it's for the best of both sides if I just go.
Well, if it's worth anything, I think you're an excellent kid.
Thanks. I'll miss you.
That means a lot.
You are the best personal bodyguard someone could ask for.
He gives a half bow. Always by your side, Alicio. Always there. But now, you have your own fights to have. And you're going to get beaten up, you're going to get thrown about.
Hopefully it's not the first thing that happens.
It will happen.
Yeah.
By
Can I
all
also be honest
accounts.
with you one other thing? I already got into fights. Don't tell that.
We all could tell.
Okay.
The makeup wasn't hiding any of the black eyes.
Thought my healing spells were getting better, damn it.
Magic
can you help me
only
with
do
one
so
last
much.
thing?
Yeah, of course.
I was actually really thinking of changing my hair before I go. And honestly, even for a doctor, I kind of suck with scissors, so...
I can do it for you if you want. You don't mind if I... He's just gesturing to touch. And he holds and he'll just start snipping away. And he puts on the bed in front of you. How does that feel?
Looks in the mirror.
I'm not the greatest stylist.
No, it looks great. Looks like me.
As you should.
Just gonna give him a hug.
He'll reach down and reciprocate. I'll miss you, Alicio. You were the best part of being here.
Don't say that, you're gonna make me want to stay.
Well, part of me kind of does want you to stay, but that'll be selfish. So please go. Otherwise, I'll feel even worse.
Okay. Well, so you actually don't have a heart attack. You might want to leave. Or turn around.
Well, I'm just going to go downstairs and then you do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
He kind of pulls out these bluebell flowers. I was meant to leave these by your door. Do you want them, or they're from your father?
No, you can keep them.
Okay. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And he'll leave the door on. You see him squat just below the frame, placing the bluebells by the door as he was asked to.
He puts the bag over his shoulder and is gonna move the closet he has next to his bed, where there's a small little door that can open into a little attic area where him and his sister used to have a secret hideout and play together. Probably some toys that got left behind there for years, forgotten about. And he's gonna open one of the other windows that are there and climb up on the roof. Alright, well, hopefully this fucking works and I don't just awkwardly fall to my death after that incredible speech.
That would be very awkward if you did.
Yeah, it would be the most embarrassing death known to man, so...
Well, then jump.
We've been practicing. Alright! And kind of goes in and stops himself. Here I go. Any second.
Do you need me to push you?
No, it's okay. You don't need to...
Pushes you out. You begin to fall out of the window, and then wings flutter out from your back. And
I don't you to push me!
she just shrugs as she
Gliding through the
disappears. You glide away as you leave the family home behind, setting off on your own adventure by yourself. We will end there with Alicio. Now we'll head over with Olrin. So, for Arne, whereabouts do we see Olrin, and how long ago do we travel backwards?
Let's see. It would be like by now about 11 years ago in Cragmount at the Marigosh estate. Well, not quite, but you know.
Yeah.
And the day he met his mentor.
Okay. As the sort of meeting is made, as your mentor appears before you, I imagine this meeting would be held kind of externally, almost like this is where it's being set up, and they will meet you there. And as you begin to approach, it is in the vineyards outside, in the sort of mountain hills of Cragmount.
Not quite.
Okay, go for
it. Basically, Oren at that point was directionless. He didn't have more than in his life, and was basically found out that his severe lack of taste made him ineligible for taking over the family business. But still, he was helping in the ways he could, mostly manual labor, but uninspired, a bit dreary maybe. And imagine as he is standing there with the other farmhands and such, he would see a human, a traveler, with honestly almost dwarven looks to him, like beard guarded, a man that lives his life fully, but also is obviously fit, like, you know, big in all directions,
Mhm.
but stout.
Okay. Well,
And
as
that
yeah, continue.
and that man is setting up shop. And Olrin would watch this man in his off time as he is making farming equipment with his private setup, and be drawn in.
Hmm. As he weaves together these different sort of farming implements, both for manual labor, but also creating devices to be used and pulled by beasts of burden as well, both large and small, all crafted together in this small makeshift hut, which seemingly is made of kind of scraps itself, all forged together and formed to make this fully built and lived in space. All of it seems to be almost carried with him. There are elements of it that are just from his backpack that have been placed around, and every piece that he carries with him has some purpose, has some reusability if it isn't being used for something already. Even as he's there placing out, he has a multi-tool that he would swap out parts and change the heads of to create the perfect tool for the perfect scenario to craft with. He does it in and out daily, and with this repetition you just watch as it's like watching someone with a deft sleight of hand do a magic trick in front of you, but the magic is the craft itself, and it's all manual labor. No enchantments, nothing seems to be being made at the moment in that regard, but he just continues away, and as he keeps looking down, eventually he kind of stops and finishes and creates this small plow. And then he tilts his head. Hello.
It takes a moment for Olrin to notice, to come out of his trance and recognize that he is being referred to. Looks to both his sides. Hello. My apologies. It seems I
No
was
apologies
lost.
needed, my friend. You're simply looking, and I thought perhaps you might want to have a go.
A go.
Of course. And he
Me.
steps up from his stool where he was sat on, and he just gestures to it. Well, of course, there is a seat here.
I've never done the sort.
It's easy. You'll get it easily. Don't worry.
Well,
I'll show you.
then. And yeah, Olrin approaches hesitantly,
Mhm.
having never done like any dexterous work often.
He will kind of not use his hands specifically, but he will hover his hands over a lamp that he brings up top, and he'll just guide his hands as though his shadow is mimicking your hands. Just, if you're struggling, let me know, and I can show you how to turn these leather strips into a fine bit of leather boots.
Right then. How do you start?
Well, it's with an idea. The first thing is the thought. What is it you'd like to make? What style? What length? A regular boot? Or do you have something else for these leather strips?
Looks down to his own worn-out gloves. A set of gloves, perhaps. If you would.
If I would, it's all you. So, let's see. Just follow my lead if you're ever stuck. and somewhat using the shadows projected from the lantern, he will hover his hands over into the directions where you need to go. Then at some points it feels almost instinctual. There's times where you're following the shadow, and then there's times where you're no longer seeing the shadow, and in fact he's stepped away completely, getting a drink, and he just like sits next to you and watches from the sidelines. That's right. Just like that, continue stitching along the sides. Double seam, always double seam. We never do single seam because that ends in complications always. Double seam it up, and you looked thirsty. Would you like a drink?
Why, if you have one?
Of course. And he brings it out pre-poured already. A worker always needs to stay hydrated.
Thank you. And yeah, drinks it down. But I still, on the glove, he's currently trying to fit to the size of his own hand. Puts the drink to the side. Maybe a cross pattern between the fingers.
Oh, I like that idea. That'll reinforce it, but also add a little bit of accent and design to it. I like it. That's good. See, now you're envisioning the final concept. What's your name?
I must have forgot. Olrin Maragosh. I belong to this here estate.
Oh, that's a lovely house. Good walls, solid structure, and he like sniffs the air. A brewery.
The best by far.
Well, I'll be sure to have a drink afterwards, if that's okay.
I'll invite you. Least I could do.
No need to invite. I like to pay my way. But the gesture is appreciated. And he just kind of like looks over and kind of smiles. You seemed very hesitant when you walked up. You looked at your hands as though you didn't even believe in yourself being able to carry out this task. Yet, here we are, and you have 1.5 gloves made. How does that make you feel?
Good. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've accomplished something.
Well, that seems very hard to believe, since this is genuinely a very well-made glove. And I say that as coming from somewhere where this sort of prestige is well adorned, and people take that sort of high praise very thoroughly. And I hate to admit it, but a lot of them, they need to take some pointers from you and your acumen, because that is a job well done for someone who's a first-timer. You've got...
I ask, where do you come from?
Oh, well, you introduce yourself. My name is Ralkus. I am known as the Thistlesmith. Now, it is just a title that they've given me, but I've come from Trasvilar. Not too far from Cragmount. It's a hop and a skip away. But there I learned everything I need to know.
Rosvilaven, home of the gods. That Trasvilar.
That's right, yes. I pray to a god. Now, they listen, and I pray to them every day. They are the god of creation, Moradin, known as the Father, the one that had brought this world into what it is today. They believe and they preach creation to form and meld everything that's given to you and around you. It is a form of respect. We take care in what we are given of what the world brings to us, and we turn it into something beautiful, to be adored, to be appreciated. The finer details in life extenuated and brought out into these crafts. Leather strips, seemingly a piece of hide from a creature. Skin, sinew, nothing if you were to think of it, but turned into something strong, protective. It staves off the cold and protects your hands from manual labor. It is a gift that we form and use to better life. Without these gloves, we wouldn't be able to work hard. Without these gloves, we wouldn't be able to walk along and trudge the tundras. These crafts are part of us as much as the ingredients that make them. I'm sorry, I'm being quite preachy. It tends to happen
please,
when I start thinking about Moradin.
Oh, please carry on. But
Well, if you're interested, I could teach you, if you want. I'm here for a few more weeks. I could tell you a few more stories if you want. If you'd listen to a silly fool like myself.
you would.
Of course, why wouldn't I? It's always a pleasure to meet people who have an interest in a fool's mind.
I've not had a path for quite a while. It is tradition within my family to inherit or aid the family business, something of which I am incapable. This here may be something. I don't yet know, but if you would indulge me to teach me to tell those stories of yours,
Of course.
then
And he kind of places a hand on the table as you've now finished up the second glove completely. It is with these stories that mean so much. History is rich, and we've all created something. And the stuff that's created for us, in the form of this business that you talk about, sometimes isn't truly made for us. It is just an illusion of someone that has created it. Everyone must forge, like they would in a fire and brimstone way, their own destiny, their own path. It is a crafter's dream. And to craft is a legacy of its own. But I will teach you. And as long as you'll hear it and you bring plenty of ale, I'll be sure to continue telling my stories, and those that have come before.
thank you. Truly, this might change something.
Every interaction changes something. This is, whether you believe in divine intervention or not, this is certainly a change in course for both of our lives. Because even in this moment, No matter how far it goes, you've made my life better. So,
Well-
Moradin, as he starts like spouting tales of the past, as this sort of relationship continues to build, we'll fast forward slightly. Where do we see Olrin now in this new sort of moment, now training alongside Ralkas?
Still in Cragmount, or do we skip to
Up
Trasvilar?
to you, up to you. Where would you like to go?
Okay. Then, yeah, after some time still spent in Cragmount under the tutelage of Ralkas, and the heavy endorsement with alcohol, Oren would, have asked questions, learned, practiced, and finally decided that this is perhaps his path that he needs to follow, and would invite Ralkas to the estate to inform his family of his decision to leave, to break tradition and not work further in the family business.
Mm-hmm. There's a slight discord from the parents, as this is something new, but with the backing of your siblings, they change course quite quickly, as even they start to pick up on, actually, I don't want to be a part of this either. And there's quite a few diverging parts in this initial sort of spark that you set alight. As this whole thing is happening, at one point you kind of turn to Ralkas and you just see him smiling and nodding at you, as it just shows that perhaps the family business wasn't meant to last so long. One of them just begrudgingly going, I'll keep at it. And at least someone's still keeping to the tradition. In the wake of the sort of discussion, a travel is kind of set in place to eventually go towards Trasvilar. And with the sort of bags on your back and not much else, Ralkas will kind of lead you down the roads to Trasvilar. We'll stop off on one of the sort of spots here. There's an element of cold that's within this region, and as you start heading in a southerly direction towards Trasvilar, you find a small sort of alcove to hide in as the winds are picking up in a frigid temperature as the night comes to a close, and you see a light ignited inside of the tunnel, and Ralkas just preparing everything, trying to cover up the entranceway to the tunnel. And he then turns around. Hopefully this will be okay. It's going to be a long night, I believe. We should probably check the tunnel to see if there's anything inside before we continue. Dangers and whatnot. I didn't really ask this, but do you know how to fight?
I never have.
Okay. Well, we're going to be starting you off quite early.
Outside of brawls, maybe, but I don't know anything that could be a danger to you would be threatened by a good punch.
Well, you'll be surprised. Sometimes one good punch isn't enough. But, and he hands you this sort of small sigil that he has been making in the background. A hammer and anvil representative of Moradin, and he just hands it to you. Now, if you're not too... you don't want to get your hands dirty in fighting, hopefully this will be enough. It is a symbol of Moradin. Should give you some protection. And if anything comes close and tries to bite you or anything, just uses a small shield. That would also work.
I assume it's like less than hand sized.
Yes. Yeah, it's tiny. Yeah.
Right. The power of faith and all.
Yes, exactly. The power of faith. Moradin will protect us. He should. Hopefully. Right. Let's head down into this cave. And he starts like leading the charge. Have you got any of that beer still? That ale?
Yeah, of course. My father wouldn't have let me leave without at least 5 bottles, you know.
Now that is a good father. And he starts wandering down the tunnel. The tunnel descends slightly, serpentining in areas, but eventually stops. It looks like there was something once upon a time here, but no signs of any sort of beast or creature anymore. Well, it looks all clear. And it's fairly humid, so we have a good distance from the wind. Let us set up a little camp then. Starts igniting some wood pieces that he has, the elements that he uses for a forge, illuminating in the center, and this warm hearth just begins to burn as coals are on the air. Is this everything you were hoping for? As he just tucks into some of the ale.
Cold caves. Well, the alcohol's good, but you know I brought that from home.
Sometimes the journey itself is treacherous, and you need a good ale to stay warm. I've learned that from experience.
Well, the gloves also help. And
the gloves. See? Everything that we make has purpose. Everything we forge has duty. Just like us. Creation comes in another sense of the word as well. Moradin is the father and Sahanin is the mother. The two create their offspring. Creation is a sense of life, and we have that sense of purpose too. We were all created in some way, some of us sooner, some of us later, but history has a reason for us being here in the first place. What do you expect from your life, Olrin?
I have to be honest, until recently I expected little. I was drifting along, not belonging, not quite. But now, thanks to your tutelage, the stories you told of the masters, of the thread spinner, for example. I think I want that to be my goal. Perhaps I won't reach it, true mastery. But I want to try for greatness, reach for it at least once.
That goal that you have in mind, that hunger that you have, I could see that glint, even when you thought you didn't have it. I could see that in your eye. It's a fine detail, but there was just something when you walked over to my shop that I knew was there. And I believe that Moradin sees that too. Focus on the fire and hold that symbol. What do you feel when you look at the coals?
Warmth, but deeper. There's familiarity, possibility.
Fire is a representation of destruction. But in the wake of destruction, if a forest burns down, the soil is rich and ready to grow back tenfold. Fire isn't destruction. It is life. Here, it is keeping us alive. It is bringing warmth to this cave. And I want you to try and reach out to it. Reach to that warmth, that life that's there. See if you can harness it. Focus.
I do hope you don't mean with my hand.
I should specify. Sorry, that's my bad. Focus with your mind. Focus with that goal that you had in your heart, that want, that need. Feel as though a forge on fire, and you have the hammer in your hand and an anvil in front of you, and you are hammering away at that chunk of magma. Feel it.
Olrin nods and closes his eyes, imagining a perhaps naive vision of him hammering at the anvil. Basically the more like the child equivalent, where there's like cartoonishly edgy items strewn about of like him making these sorts of things.
In the imagination that's going on, all of the sounds of these things being made in your head, you have your eyes closed for that moment, and then the fire gets larger as you cast a sacred flame into it. As that fire catches, and your eyes now open to see the cave completely illuminated, you see Ralkas sat on the opposite side as he's kind of now stood up, looking amazed by this feat of divine power. You also see someone sat behind him, looking dead ahead, the perfect image that you've seen on him himself, depicting Moradin. You just see in that flash of fire, the illumination, and there is Moradin looking ahead. And then the fires dissipate, and he's no longer in there. And you just see Ralkas, well done! And he kind of like grabs you and picks you up. You did it! As he just runs around with you in his arms. And he picks you up very easily, even though you are a stocky dwarf yourself. He just holds you up and kind of jumps around the fire. Well done! Oh, I knew you could do it.
Did you see him? He was right there.
I saw it. I didn't think you had it in you, but you did. Oh my god. Oh. And he just kind of places you down. Oh, well done, Olrin. I think this is a cause for celebration. More ale! And he goes back towards the bag, leaving you in the sort of end cave system. He didn't see it. You didn't see the figure that was sat there, but you did. And he was there just for a moment. Flash and gone. But those eyes that stared at you, almost like obsidian themselves, just staring. And then disappeared. Where else do we see Olrin as we do another jump in time? I imagine now at Trasvalar.
Yeah, years have passed of basically a mix of more scholarly learning, practical learning of the craft itself, meditation and such things. Olrin now visibly brighter as he has found his basically a second home and his purpose in life. But this day he seems also agitated as he is discussing with his very mobile mentor the ramifications of him actually being there and not leaving the temple personally to get materials all the time, which or is pretty sure is just an excuse to go travel.
He will just address you for a moment. Ralkas looking up and down, seeing the sort of growth over time. You've got yourself quite comfortable now.
If this is a careful intro to you going away to get another specific metal of the same mountain.
I do just really like that mountain. It has perfect views from up there.
I would agree, but not having my mentor around leaves me with little time in my studies. Otherwise, I would follow you.
There is a time where a teacher is taught everything they can to their student. You have an excellent plethora of minds and crafters here. Tarkotel is exceptional in what they do. Your path is now for you to forge. I took you under my wing, but in fact, I feel like it was the other way around. You helped spark a sort of light in me, as I've seen you gain yours. Yes, I will be heading off again. This time, most likely longer than the last. But it is with purpose. I am needed out there. And so will you. Olrin, you're nearly there. You're on the cusp of being ready to show the world everything, to show them what you are capable of. You have.
And not yet a fraction of your abilities. You're long off from teaching me everything you could. You are titled, even.
A title only takes you so far. A title is only given to you if you complete certain tasks. I'm not a master of everything. I'm great at many. But I wouldn't want to be tooting my own horn.
Can I bribe you with ale to stay?
One day. I can stay for a day. Just for old time's sake. And we can share an ale. I did miss having your father's ale. Although you didn't want to join the family business, I'm glad your brother did. Because otherwise that ale would just be forgotten about, and that would be a true travesty.
Oh, my father would have never let that happen.
No, he wouldn't have. He'd probably... hopefully he wouldn't have, but he'd probably die doing his job. But luckily your brother is there. So, how about it? We'll take you for a drink, and we can talk about everything that you want to ask me.
Good. Yet still, one day. I'm fairly sure last time it bought me free.
Well, in this economy, as you've seen with materials, things get expensive.
Well, I suppose matters are pressing then.
I just wouldn't want to delay what it is out there. Well, come on. Let's go to the normal spot. Same chairs. I'm sure she'll be happy to see us again. You
Very
arrived.
well then. But you'll have to answer fast before you get too drunk.
Oof.
Rune work is a bit too complicated after 2 to 3 drinks.
We'll see how we do. We'll give you a few chances. I'll slow down on my drinking for you, just so I'm not a complete blubbering mess. You go to the pub that's right next door to the temple. Your usual. There's not many seats here, but it's sort of a quaint small little place down a tiny alleyway that only sees a handful of passers-by. Nice, quaint, and the reason why it's the one you always go to is because it has many different sort of handcrafted things that have been made by the owner over the years, just placed around, dangling from the ceiling as well, creating this sort of almost flaking colors, like a glittery rainbow of sorts, just from the different things that are dangling from it. And the two of you sit there with the same drinks that are ordered, and acknowledgement is made, and he sits there. I have foreseen some things. Divine intervention. Now, I don't know if these things are true or real or figments of my own thoughts, but I see something great. A project that will stand the test of time. Something that is necessary for this day and age. That's why I need to go. And I don't think you'll be hearing from me for a while, at least.
How long do you think? Months this time?
Probably a decade or so. Maybe a bit longer. Maybe a little less if I'm not drunk half the time.
Are you trying to build another wall through the Howling Mountains?
How did you know? No, I'm not. This is something that I truly don't even know that I'm making yet. It's something that, well, I'm trusting the process. I had this dream, I believe to be Moradin, calling out to me and showing me a landscape that was barren and needing something in its place. I know what it needs. I don't know how to make it just yet. But, as with faith, we take a leap.
It seems more like a job for a circle of druids, perhaps. Yet I will not diminish your vision.
No, I somewhat thought the same as well, but I wouldn't be seeing this if it wasn't prudent to myself. And it was just me. You were not there beside me. And that is because this is my path, and you have yours. It is... I feel great sadness, in some aspect. But at the same time, I'm greatly proud. Because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Olrin. And nor would you if it wasn't for me either. We have been intertwined for a very long time, and I am forever grateful for it. And this is not a goodbye.
As am I.
And this is merely a celebration to us, to what we have done, to how we've gotten this far. When all of the odds were stacked against us, when people doubted us or we doubted ourselves, here we are, in a tiny tavern, with all of these remarkable crafts just in arm's reach.
That. And raises his own mug. I will miss your company, however rare you've made it in recent times.
And I will miss your ale, but more so the man himself. Your ale is great, but the person behind it, the crafter, is always just as good. So, I really do hope that I see you again soon. It might not be soon.
Would be easier if you told me where you were going.
If only I knew. If only I knew. But, as the gods do, we are here not to serve them, but to act on their behalf. We are their spokesperson. We represent them. And Moradin, as of late, hasn't been given the gratitude they deserve. And I want that to be fully realized. Because they have given me so much. And this task in front of me will be a heavy one. But by gods, will it be glorifying. I do hope that you do take the path from blood to stone. It is dangerous, but I know you will do it. The Howling Mountains are a treacherous place, but I can see it. I can see it in your grasp.
I will. Once I'm ready, that is. Greatness cannot be rushed.
It cannot.
Though perhaps with your decade of absence, I might overtake you to the title of master.
I look forward to seeing it. I feel like this is a bet now. What will happen first? Will the old man die? Or will Olrin finally get his master?
A bet, you say?
We are
Open.
practitioners of faith. What is faith if we don't test our luck?
Now then, let's make this our parting gift a bet. As much ale as you can drink, if your project will elevate you to the rank of master, and that damn ratio of this opaque metal you keep dangling in front of me, if I do.
He nods along. Then I accept. And we'll see who ends up on top. Where shall we meet? Down the line. Same place, same spot, same ale.
Back here.
you've got a deal. And I don't think I've ever said this to you, but Olrin, I've never taught anyone before. In fact, I hate teaching people. But something about you made it slightly sweeter. It's probably your patience. That helps. That helps a lot.
The regular breaks.
Regular breaks, the ale. Absolute delight to be around. Well, please stay safe.
You too. I am truly grateful that I've bribed you successfully into friendship.
Well, I was once a lone priest walking the streets. But you have made this old man, well, quite mushy when it comes to people. So I will miss you. And he just kind of grabs you and pulls you in for a hug.
Yeah. Olrin will hug back.
You may be almost as old as I am, but I see you as somewhat of a son. Odd how that works.
Odd indeed. But not unwelcome. I will not be calling you father, though.
Oh, please don't. We leave that to Moradin, the big man. He would not be happy if you started calling me father. With that, you kind of say your goodbyes. He eventually leaves Transvalar, and that is the last time that you've ever seen Ralkas as he disappears from your life until you only hear his name mentioned a couple of times throughout the campaign.
Yeah, the fucker has dodged me professionally.
But
Is that the medieval version of being ghosted? What the fuck?
as your time approaches, Olrin, to set off, as you have everything you need to move on to your next journey, you, I imagine, meet up with Cal. Is that the plan?
Honestly, my best guess is that Captain Cal was somewhere around Trasvilar and got into so much trouble that it acted like a beacon to
His
Olrin.
spider sense
Oh,
kicked
They
in.
eventually found each other that way.
As Cal is currently being manhandled by some of the guards in the Moradin sector after having not stolen, but some items had fallen into his bag, and he walked away. You come across this, Olrin, as the guards are, hold on, where the fuck did they come from? You said you didn't take anything.
No, I didn't. They fell. Okay, so you know how that thing over there is a giant magnet? I think it attracted them. And
What the
my
fuck is a
bag was-
magnet? What are you talking about?
It attracts metal. It attracts metal. And these are metal, so they fell on my back. I swear I didn't take them. I can put them back. I can.
No.
They've been
We'll be taking them back. Just don't
Okay.
fucking do it again, alright?
No, I didn't do anything.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, that's so fair.
May I help?
Oh, well,
Has the situation been... Wait, Cal, is that you?
Oh, man. Tell this gentleman what a magnet is, and that it can totally that big thing over there can totally drag metal things into a bag.
are you his guardian?
Looks between the guard and Cal, enthusiastically nodding. So it would seem.
Alright, make sure don't go anywhere and get in fucking trouble again.
Of course, I'll do my best.
Stares you up and down, sees the Moradin symbol, just nods and at least gives you a bit of air of authority and lets you handle it from here onwards.
Magnet dragged goods into your bag.
Yes, I don't know how the fuck it happened. I was just walking past the stall, and then they stopped me because apparently I stole something. I didn't steal anything.
You don't need to justify yourself. I know that you're not the stealing type. Also, I know how much trouble you tend to get into. Just like good old times, it seems.
Yeah, that hasn't really stopped. But cool shit has been happening. So much cool shit has been. Oh my god! Did you get the last letter I sent you? I told you about that thing with the bandits and the princess. And no, it doesn't matter.
The one who wasn't a princess but was named Princess, the little dog.
By the way, I don't.
You should have put that at the start of the letter. I was very confused for most of the contents.
Oh, yeah. When I mentioned that she like chases squirrels, I didn't have too much paper, so I couldn't rewrite it. Anyway, doesn't matter. I managed to return her to her owner, and she was very grateful. And the bandits were very regretful of what they did because you don't steal pets. That's so rude.
It truly is.
Anyway, how have you been?
Very well, actually. Well, as you know, I've taken much time in my studies of spirituality and my craft, of course. And finally, I'm ready to go on my own journey.
What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go?
Well, for starters, I've gotten this here letter.
You can't be for real. Pulls up the exact same letter. That is. Oh my god.
You know, I thought of you when I read the description, but truly.
Yes. Okay. So, I figured if we go by the main road, we could go through so many cities on the way to Bedavere. Like we could go see a lot of stuff on our way there. Sure.
Well, aren't we first to meet up? I understand there are more people on the road, though the meeting's place has been specified in Bellavie. Perhaps we may find them on the road.
Maybe. Depends on where they're coming from. If they're coming from a different continent, then it would be pretty unlikely, as they would probably be going by boat. Maybe we can get a boat. Well, technically, we could. We could take the very boring short road and go from here with the boat, but we could also not do that and travel by foot.
Well, if it's all the same, there's a path through the Howling Mountains, and though perhaps my chances passed to start my pilgrimage there, the temple being ruined and all, I would still like to visit.
Oh, I'm in favor. Let's do that. That's going to be so fun.
Besides, I've heard rumors of dangers on the waters.
Yes. Well, that would be really fun to check out, actually. But I've also heard rumors of dangers on the roads. So honestly, it's a toss-up, and we can maybe get around to doing both.
The waters and the mountains. That might prove difficult, but perhaps we'll leave the waters for later.
Okay, sure. Maybe this job involves waters. I mean, Bedavere has a pretty big port, so maybe we have to go on a boat and do a job or something. Ooh, that would be fun.
Not unlikely now that you say it.
Right.
Well, but I'm anyhow glad to have found a companion, and one I know so well. How's life treated you?
Oh,
Besides
it's been amazing.
besides rescuing pets and that incident along the way.
That incident could be so many things. You have to be specific, but it's been pretty amazing. I've gotten in some bullshit, but I've also gotten in some really good shit, and it's been so cool. I will tell you all about it. We have so much time.
I'll be glad to hear it. And as such, we leave on our journey
Okay.
to soon meet the other players.
Yes.
Yes.
You head on your journey following the Gold Throne Road, eventually stumbling across a wooded forest filled with strange entities. Mainly a
And
ghost.
a ghost maven.
Fucking hell.
I was more thinking along the lines of strange entities meaning specifically Helen.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It does lead into straight away. So, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that was a look back at some of the players' backstories here. As next time we'll be focusing on the actual campaign currently going on, continuing the fight with Tintava. So that will be very
Are we
interesting.
having it on
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
So the plan
make
is,
sure to tune in.
yeah, so we'll be having a session of Threads of Chaos, not on a Tuesday, instead on a Saturday. Wow, what the fuck is going on? The world is turned upside down. And it'll be slightly earlier than our normal time, but make sure you subscribe and follow us on Twitch so you know when we are going to be live, since we have not decided that yet. There'll be an announcement on Instagram as well, so follow us there so you know when we are going to be live ahead of time. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed taking a little step back and looking into some of the backstory. Was fun. If you did like this, subscribe, follow us on YouTube and Twitch. If you did enjoy this,
join our community server.
Join our community server. Let us know if you did enjoy this on our community server, and then we know we can do a few more of these down the line, whether we'll go this far back or focusing on other things during the story, because there is plenty of stuff in these backstories to touch upon. As we've seen today, we've only had an hour each to kind of focus, but I think it was good enough for what we wanted to do. So yeah, let us know if you enjoyed it, and then we'll do more. But we continue our normal fucking schedule. So tomorrow we have a live stream where we'll be doing a watch along of which one is it, Robbie? Which one are we watching?
The guy who didn't like musicals.
The guy who didn't like musicals. So we'll be watching that live Wednesday, 8 o'clock GMT plus 2, since we are in the GMT plus 2 era now. My God, I hate time zones. But it's always on YouTube if you want to watch it after the fact, because time zones, again, annoying. So we're watching that tomorrow, Wednesday. Then Friday, we have our regular session of Feyre, Beyond the Triad Veil. So that'll be there. I believe we have a full house there. I won't jinx it. Fingers crossed.
You just did.
There.
You already did.
Yeah. I had to like get the curse out some way, guys. So that's for Friday. Then we got Saturday, Sunday. So we've got 3 D&D sessions on the bounce. Sunday as well. Still Heart, continuing the story there. Jesus Christ.
Don't touch grass. Let's go.
What is grass? What is grass?
Is that the thing on the windows?
Yep.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.